Hi, you guys. My name is Brady. I hope you're having a great morning so far. I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you about extracurricular activities and the importance of them within the university application process. So, extracurricular activities are all activities in which you are involved outside of the traditional classroom. So, it doesn't mean outside of school. It can be within school. For example, school sport, Model United Nations, or student government. These areas and many more are within school are acceptable extracurricular activities. More than acceptable, they're welcomed. So, but what a university is doing by asking you for your extracurricular activity or your extracurricular involvement is they're trying to determine how well you would fit within their community. Because remember, universities in the US are unique in that they're very residential schools. They're living and learning communities. It's a place where you will be for 4 years engaging and interacting with all kinds of people on a daily basis. And the universities want to make sure that they're putting together groups of students who will utilize and also benefit that community. So, is it necessarily more attractive for a university to see a student who has perfect scores and perfect grades but no involvement at all versus a student who has not, very good but not perfect scores and perfect grades but very very strong demonstrated interest in a few areas? I don't think as one is necessarily better than the other. Every university is going to want very strong students, just academic students, but they're also looking for students who have a great breadth of interest and who have tremendous focus, who are passionate and interested in certain areas. And this is what your activities can show. So, with that said, the five of the most common areas of extracurricular involvement would be job. That could also be internships. So a job, volunteer service, community service, showing that you're engaged within your community. Sport, music, and language acquisition. So learning a language. So you notice that I didn't say a summer program. Summer programs are really great if you're pursuing something that is of tremendous interest to you. For example, if you have a lot of excitement and enthusiasm for economics or political science, and you decide to pursue a summer program that's going to teach you economics or political science, or you're going to be able to take a class or something in that area, I think that's a tremendous asset for you. But that's not necessarily an extracurricular activity that you will list on your applications. That's something that will give you greater insight into your own interests and your own intellectual capacity. But learning languages, working, performing community service, music, sports, all kinds of other things like Model UN, student government, all of these areas are wonderful areas, and there are many more. Within the Common App, there are about 12 to 15 subcategories of different extracurricular activity, different areas of extracurricular activities. So there's a lot of room to define how you've been living your life outside of the classroom. And with that said, I just want to mention that the Common App in particular, while other applications give room between usually 6 and 8 different activities, the Common App gives room for 10 activities. I would say keep in mind that you do not and you should not fill up those activities. Brazilian schools are very competitive and very rigorous, and they take a tremendous amount of time and effort. And having 10 different activities which you have really shown deep interest in is a little bit unlikely in my experience. Between 3 and 6 is a much more I think much more accurate depiction of what is possible within sort of the framework of what you guys are pursuing. And I mean that because you're taking really usually really in-depth courses in your sciences, your maths. Usually your curriculum in your classroom is very strong. So you don't need to have so many different activities, just 3, 4, 5 that show you have interests, right? You have interests outside of the classroom. So this is a really important way for the universities to gauge who you are and how you can contribute to their community. I hope this has helped you understand better why it's important and what constitutes an extracurricular activity for you. If you have other questions, I'm sure Chris can help answer some of them. If you have anything that is more specific, more pointed, and you want to ask Chris and she can get back to me, I'd be happy to help out some more. But I do hope that today has been a productive day for you, and I hope this has been somewhat helpful. And just remember, there are lots of great schools, and you will get into a school that fits you well and makes you happy. So I wish you the best of luck with the process, and thanks again for letting me take some of your time. Okay, take care.